am Jenna Bosonko, and this is QTV Midday News coming to you live from our studios on Kaiba Avenue. Thanks for joining us, and here are the main news headlines. At the just ended OIC Council of Foreign Ministers Summit in Pakistan, ministers from 57 countries in a joint declaration called for more support to the Gambia's preparation to host the OIC Summit later this year. The Gambia's first ever draft national research policy for a sustainable socio-economic development has been validated by the Ministry of Higher Education. The Director of Planning and Information at the Ministry of Health, Gabriel Jaju, has called on development partners to support government realize the targets in the recently validated National Health Sector Plan 2021 to 2025. Those were the main headlines, and now the news in detail. Do stay with us. Thank you for joining us. You're watching QTV Midday News, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Now, at the just ended OIC Council of Foreign Ministers Summit in Pakistan, ministers from 57 countries in a joint declaration called for more support to the Gambia's preparation to host the OIC Summit later this year. Ali Sise has more.
And head of delegation of the member states of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, gathered in Islamabad, Pakistan, between 22nd to 23rd March for the 48th session of the Council of Ministers. The Gambia was represented at the summit by a high-powered delegation led by the Gambia's Foreign Affairs Minister, Mamadou Tangara, including Yankuba Diba, the Chief Executive Officer of OIC Gambia Secretariat, and Dauda A. Jallo, the Gambia's Attorney General and Minister of Justice. At the end of the summit, the OIC Foreign Ministers, in a declaration dubbed Islamabad Declaration, among other resolutions, call upon member states to make effort for the success of the 15th Islamic Summit in the Gambia this year. Yankuba Diba, CEO of the Secretariat, explains what this means for the Gambia's preparation for the summit.
Well, it's an affirmation of already what we know, what has been decided. Again, in 2019, there was a summit in Makkah, and a resolution was adopted, which actually confirmed Gambia's hosting of the summit. And again, it called on members of the Ummah to ensure that they all give their support. And I must say, since that time, the Ummah has been very responsive. We've been receiving all necessary support. So this year's resolution goes to really reaffirm that commitment that, and the confidence that the summit, the Conference of Foreign Ministers, which precedes the Summit of Heads of State, it confirms the confidence that they still have in the Gambia, and that Gambia is on course to really host the summit.
Already, the construction of the VVIP launch at the airport is on course, together with the expansion of the Batlading Highway. In addition to the completed Sadauda Kairaba International Conference Center, the construction of 20 new urban routes totaling 50 kilometers and a 5-star hotel are among the major.
Cisse, you see, this is an issue that piques me if people say it. I've always been saying that Gambians should be able to distinguish between an event and a process. The summit, holding the summit, is an event which takes only a few days. Even if we want next month, we can. But we have to understand that this is a process, a transformational process that we are undertaking to ensure that Gambia gets the required infrastructure.
The delay in the start of work is likely attributed to the impact of the global health pandemic, the COVID-19. Cognizant the challenges the construction work will pose, the OIC Gambia office asks for the understanding and cooperation of those whose properties and daily routines will be affected. On the sidelines of the summit, the Gambia's Justice Minister also chaired a meeting of an ad hoc committee on the plight of the Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar. Later this year, the Gambia is expected to host the OIC Summit, the second biggest convergence of world leaders after the UN General Assembly. While the OIC Secretariat assured Gambians that the summit will be held in the country this year, there also has been overwhelming support from the Muslim Ummah to the Gambia. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
From the OIC, the Gambia's first ever draft national research policy for a sustainable socio-economic development has been validated by the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. The document will allow for more information-based decision-making in addressing the needs of Gambians. Mamadou Lamin Choi tells us more.
The Sadauda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center was the venue on Tuesday for the stakeholders gathering to validate a legal framework that seeks to embed research into public decision-making processes. The National Research Policy is the first of its kind in the Gambia, according to the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, which spearheaded the policy to reorient public thinking towards research-driven solutions to our national socio-economic challenges. James Gomez is the research director at Mohast.
Another activity that also took place was the joint Mohast UTG research study that took place around 2010. Based on the study that was done by this institution, that is Mohast and the University of the Gambia, the situation of research in the Gambia was analyzed. The study revealed that institutions such as MRC, SEAM, NARI, Ministry of Fishery, MOPSI, among others, were doing research in corners and little coordination was done. In many cases, the information they gathered were not properly shared so that people can have access. This often results to duplication of efforts and resources.
It is a 9-year research policy from 2022 to 2031, which recommends the establishment of a National Research Board responsible for the creation of a National Research Fund and a framework for research management and administration in the Gambia. The Permanent Secretary of Mohast, Maud A.K. Seka, delivers a statement on behalf of the Higher Education Minister.
It is important that we open the dialogue. It is important that we get our priorities right. Why are the sub-Saharan African countries lagging behind in education when the other regions are moving on? We must work towards making research-informed policy dialogues, and mutual engagements on all the issues that are of relevance to the Gambia should be our focus now.
A 23-year research performance data ranks the Gambia 31st on the African continent with a total of 2,793 research publications, the medical field accounting for 77%. This reveals the research deficiencies in other socio-economic sectors.
If you look at the inequality that existed between the have and the have-nots, you are provoked to look for an urgent answer. Working in partnership and collaboration demonstrates the sign that we will not surrender to convention, we will not surrender to normality that says our people are born poor and must die in poverty. This can change if we engage in research and listen to the pulse rate of research outcomes.
Much empirical work emphasizes that research is integral to development because of its positive effects on innovation and productivity. And taking decisions without data is like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle blindfolded. Mamadou Lamin Choi, QTV News.
The Director of Planning and Information at the Ministry of Health, Gabriel Jaju, has called on development partners to support government realize the targets in the recently validated National Health Sector Plan 2021 to 2025. Ansumane Sonyasi.
The document, validated following 2 days of intense scrutiny by stakeholders and development partners in the health sector, is expected to provide a framework for the successful implementation of government's health targets. However, Gabriel Jaju, Director of Planning and Information at the Ministry of Health, says it will be difficult for government to achieve its targets without the support and collaboration of stakeholders and development partners. Thus, he called on them to support government in its drive to making easy access and affordable health care a reality for all Gambians.
Well, you realize that government cannot do it alone. In other countries, you have PPP. We have hospitals run by the private sector, and that's the same thing we want. We want partners to come, give us money to invest on our Gambian people. We also want partners to come, look at the opportunities in the strategy plan, take them and go and then, actually invest, implement, and to also have a return. Because healthcare is a big investment.
Stressing the importance of the document, Mr. Jaju reiterated government's commitment to meeting its health targets.
This document is important because it provides strategic direction for the ministry. It provides an opportunity for partners to know what the vision of the ministry is and what the ministry actually want to achieve, and how much actually it will cost to achieve, to achieve our set target. So the document is a 5-year, health sector strategy plan that pooled the challenges of the entire country in terms of healthcare service delivery to provide an opportunity to address them within this particular 5 years. So it's a very important document. It's a document that we are going to use as an investment, document for partners to come and chip in and see what actually they can tap from, to support the health sector.
Despite the challenges, especially in terms of resources, officials at the Ministry of Health expressed hope that the recently validated National Health Sector Plan will be a major breakthrough in transforming the health sector. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
From the validation of the National Health Sector Plan, we will now go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we have some more local news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV Midday News, and I am Jennifer Sonko. The mayor of Banjul on Saturday urged the people of Tobacco Road, Banjul North, to take ownership of council's development projects in their constituency and hold her administration accountable by showing interest in council's work. She was speaking on Saturday at the final town hall meeting of the year held at Tobacco Road. And Sumane Sonyasi again.
Saturday's town hall meeting was the 6th organized by Mayor Rohimalik Low with the support of the EU-funded Banjul Ostend Settling Project. Attended by residents of Tobacco Road, Banjul North, the meeting provided an opportunity for residents to interact directly with the mayor and ask questions relating to their development needs. Addressing the crowd, Mayor Low urged the people of Banjul North to frequently seek clarifications or information on council's development projects.
It should be made clear to all that I have never in my life been a mayor before. This is my first time, and so it should not surprise you if I make mistakes. This is no excuse, because I am committed to serving you to the best of my abilities. We do have challenges, but I just want to assure you of my unwavering commitment to serve the people of Banjul. So I ask that we unite and work together as one family.
Whilst reiterating her commitment to delivering on her development promises, she thanked the people of Banjul North for their continuous support to her administration.
From the feedbacks we are getting, I am happy to inform you that the people appreciate these town hall meetings. Therefore, I encourage other public institutions, especially elected officials, to organize similar events. It is healthy and promotes transparency and accountability. It also gives you an opportunity to hear from the electorates about their development needs.
The town hall meetings were supported by the EU-funded Banjul Ostend Settling Project under its good governance component, which seeks to strengthen council's governance institutions. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
Following Birkama Area Council's notice of tender for the construction of the Birkama-Jambarsane Road link, the council on Tuesday took interested bidders to the construction site to have first-hand information about the project. Omar Pijalo went out with the team and he fastened this report.
The Birkama-Jambarsane Road will link Jaikunda Johnson to the Gunju Road. This visit is aimed at availing bidders the opportunity to know the scope of the construction and ask questions where they need clarification. Speaking to the press at the end of the tour, the chairman Birkama Area Council Sirifo Sonko and Adamo Bojang, the director of planning and development, both expressed belief that the new link road would help to decongest the traffic in that part of the community.
It is of a great interest to the council to make sure that this road, start work, and then people start using it as it was. If you can remember, during Jawara regime, it is a vibrant road which connected both ends together. And we also see that technically, maybe the technician will come to that later. When this road is ready, the traffic congestiveness of this other end will diminish because of the usage of this other area. It is a great important area also where all the waterways also all the waters, the running waters during the rainy season passes through this road.
The primary objective today of this site visit is to avail the opportunity to the prospective bidders to know the project site, know the scope of the work, if necessary invite questions when necessary. This road measures 400 meters.
The governor of West Coast Region, Lamin Sane, commended the Birkama Area Council for the initiative and encouraged whoever might be the winning bidder to deliver high quality and timely work.
This road is an eyesore when you come to the rainy season, where it's very, very difficult, not only traveling, but also habitation-wise. Last year, around this time, the community of this area came to my office complaining about these road conditions, which they felt is very, very appalling. Because when it rains, normally, water connects into their homes, into their areas, and it's always very much difficult to habitate in those areas. But today, we have to thank the council for having the foresight through their ward councillor to make sure that this road is done in a very good manner.
The National Road Authority, as custodian of roads construction in the country, is the lead consultant of the project, and the authority's objective is to see good road networks across the country. Here is Abubakar Drame of the National Road Authority.
Today's meeting here is to show the contractors the scope of work that is to be done on this particular route. As we all know, road construction is very expensive and it requires a lot of money. So in doing so, we don't just hand-pick contractors from all angles. There is a process that has to be followed. In following those processes, this is one of the key options that is taken in making sure that contractors are being on site to see on themselves, to see the scope of work, what it entails. And then from there, they will also be able to know exactly what to bid for.
The project is fully funded by Council as part of efforts to fulfill Council's promise to residents and taxpayers of the region. The road will be 400 meters in length and 6 meters wide, with a shallow drainage system and footpath for pedestrians. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
From that story by Omar P. Jallo on the Birkama Area Council, we will now recap our main headlines. At the just ended OIC Council of Foreign Ministers Summit in Pakistan, ministers from 57 countries in a joint declaration called for more support to the Gambia's preparation to host the OIC Summit later this year. The Gambia's first ever draft national research policy for a sustainable socio-economic development has been validated by the Ministry of Higher Education. The Director of Planning and Information at the Ministry of Health, Gabriel Jaju, has called on development partners to support government realize the targets in the recently validated National Health Sector Policy 2021 to 2025. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of QTV Midday News. Join us at 8 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.